Hello, and welcome to our channel where we delve into global events and their interconnection with ancient prophecies. The world stage is often fraught with tension and conflict, but have you ever considered how these events might tie into ancient prophecies? Today we will peel back the layers of one such conflict, the one brewing between Iran and Israel, and explore its potential correlation with the prophecies of end times. Stay tuned as we unravel the threads of this fascinating topic. The modern state of Israel was formed in 1948, while the Iranian Revolution in 1979 marked a significant shift in Middle Eastern politics. These two pivotal events, separated by a span of 31 years, dramatically reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the region. Let's rewind a bit. In the aftermath of World War II and the Holocaust, the world witnessed the creation of Israel, a homeland for the Jewish people. This was not without controversy, as it involved the displacement of Palestinian Arabs, sparking decades of conflict. Meanwhile, Iran, known as Persia until 1935, had its own share of upheavals. The country was a monarchy, ruled by the Shah, who maintained close ties with the West. However, widespread dissatisfaction with his rule led to the Iranian Revolution in 1979. The monarchy was overthrown and replaced by an Islamic republic, led by a supreme leader. This shift in Iran's political structure marked a significant change in its foreign policies, particularly towards Israel. While the Shah maintained diplomatic relations with Israel, the new Islamic regime did not, viewing Israel as an illegitimate state. Over the years, these two nations have had a strained relationship marked by mutual suspicion and hostility. The issues are complex, involving not just politics but religion, identity, and a struggle for power and influence in the Middle East. These events set the stage for the current tensions between these two nations. And as we delve deeper into their current relations, you'll see how this historical context plays a significant role in shaping their present and possibly their future. Recently, tensions between Iran and Israel have been escalating, with both nations expressing open hostilities. These two countries, although geographically not sharing a border, have had a tumultuous relationship marked by bouts of conflict and periods of uneasy silence. In the past couple of years, the situation has become increasingly volatile. Iran, a predominantly Shiite Muslim country, has been accused of funding and supporting armed groups in the Middle East that are openly hostile to Israel, a predominantly Jewish state. These groups include Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in the Gaza Strip, both of which have been involved in numerous conflicts with Israel. On the other hand, Israel has not been idle. There have been reports of covert operations targeting Iranian interests. These include cyber attacks on Iranian infrastructure and alleged assassinations of key figures in Iran's nuclear program. Israel views Iran's nuclear ambitions as an existential threat, and has stated that it will do whatever it takes to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of other regional and global powers. The United States, a key ally of Israel, has implemented strict sanctions on Iran, further straining Iran-Israel relations. Meanwhile, Russia, a significant player in the region, has been known to support Iran. The rhetoric between the two nations has also been heating up. Iranian leaders have made inflammatory statements about wiping Israel off the map, while Israeli leaders have responded with threats of their own. This escalating tension is not just a concern for these two nations, but for the entire world. A full-blown conflict between Iran and Israel has the potential to destabilize the entire Middle East and potentially draw in other global powers. The international community watches with bated breath as these two nations walk a tightrope of hostility. All eyes are on the Middle East, a region already fraught with tension, as any misstep could lead to a larger conflict. This escalating tension is causing global concern and speculation about future implications. Various religious traditions contain prophecies about the end times, including major confrontations in the Middle East. From the dusty scrolls of ancient texts emerge tales of apocalyptic wars and cataclysmic events, often centering around this historically tumultuous region. Let's delve into some of these prophecies and see how they might relate to the current Iran-Israel conflict. In the Islamic tradition, for example, there are hadiths, or sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, that speak of a great battle in Syria involving forces from Persia, which is modern-day Iran. Some interpret these prophecies as foretelling a conflict between Iran and other powers, potentially including Israel. Jewish eschatology, on the other hand, speaks of a great war called Gog and Magog. The identity of these forces is a matter of interpretation, but some scholars suggest they could involve nations currently in the Middle East, possibly even Iran, Christianity, too, has its end times prophecies. The book of Revelation, for instance, mentions a war in the place called Armageddon, a location in modern-day Israel. Many have speculated on the nations likely to be involved in this prophesied conflict. It's important to remember, however, that these prophecies are open to interpretation. They contain symbolism and metaphor, and their application to current events is not always straightforward. They should be approached with an open mind and a critical eye, considering the cultural and historical context in which they were written. Moreover, these prophecies do not exist in a vacuum. They are part of a larger belief system and should be understood within that framework. For example, Islamic eschatology also emphasizes the coming of a time of peace and justice after the turmoil, while Christian prophecies foresee a new heaven and a new earth following the tribulations. Scholars and theologians provide diverse interpretations of how current events align, or not, with these ancient prophecies. Whether they see a direct correlation, a general thematic connection, or no relation at all. These interpretations offer a fascinating lens through which to view the ongoing Iran-Israel conflict. Scholars and theologians offer diverse interpretations of how current events align or not with these ancient prophecies. Many interpretations revolve around the idea that the escalating tensions between Iran and Israel are a prelude to a larger conflict, often referred to as the end times battle. However, opinions diverge significantly on the details. Some scholars suggest that the prophecies predict a coalition of nations led by Iran rising against Israel. Others argue that these prophecies are metaphorical, representing the struggle between good and evil on a spiritual plane, rather than a literal geopolitical conflict. There are also those who caution against literal interpretations, emphasizing the need for historical and cultural context when reading ancient texts. They argue that these prophecies were written in a different era, with different geopolitical realities. These interpretations have real-world implications influencing policies and public perceptions worldwide. Whether viewed as imminent prophecy or historical allegory, these ancient texts continue to shape our understanding of the world. We hope this video has provided insight into how geopolitical events might be connected with prophetic beliefs. We've journeyed from the birth of modern Israel and Iran's revolution through current tensions and into the realm of end-time prophecies. We've heard from scholars and theologians on how these events may or may not align with ancient predictions. The interpretations of these prophecies indeed have real-world implications, shaping policies and public perception globally. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more analysis.